What is feminism? The state of being feminine, femininity. Well, that definition of feminism has been thrown off the window, is regarded as obsolete. Now I'm going to talk about the second definition, which is a social theory of political movement, which argues that legal and social restrictions on women must be removed in order to bring about equality of the sexes in the aspect of public and private life. This feminist movement has a complex history with many individuals and groups contributing to its development. However, it's associated with the first wave of feminism in the late 19th and early 20th century, which was sparked by activists such as Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton in the United States and Emmeline Pankhurst in the United Kingdom. These pioneers, among others, played a significant role in advocating for women's suffrage and equal rights. Feminism has evolved over time into multiple waves and continues to be a global movement with many different leaders and contributors. This is what the definition or what the feminist actors were actually about. But currently, you can't tell what these people are about anymore because the current wave of feminists is totally different from this agenda, because their agenda previously was totally unique. We understand that very well, but currently, now what you see is like this set of feminists want to even become the head of every family. They want to be the leaders of all the society. They want to push all. Their fight is to make sure patriarchy is taken out of the society. No male, everybody. Because guys, currently now, these gender wars has even blurred all these lines. So you can't even tell. Because currently you can call a guy, you can see a man and say, he's a guy. You're like, no, I'm not a man. Who are you? You can decide to say, I'm so and so. You can see a lady. Oh, wow, she's beautiful. And you will get regarded as a sexist. Imagine that. So let's go back to what we're here for, what I'm talking about. Let's listen to some of what these individuals throughout history have stood up for women's rights and worked to improve the status and opportunities for women. This is Mary Wollstonecraft, an 18th century writer and philosopher. She is often considered one of the earliest feminist thinkers. Her work, which is titled In Vindication of the Rights of Women, that was in 1792, argued for women's education and equality. As Susan B. Anthony and Elizabeth Cady Stanton, these suffragists were leaders of women's suffrage movement in the United States. During the 19th century, advocating for women's right to vote. All right, the third person we're going to be talking about is Emmeline Pankhurst, if I'm pronouncing the name very well, yeah. A prominent figure in the British suffrage movement, Pankhurst founded the Women's Social and Political Union and played a key role in securing voting rights for women in the UK. Then the fourth person we'll be talking about currently is Sojourner Truth, an African-American abolitionist and women's rights activist. Truth delivered the famous speech, "And I, a Woman?" That was in 1851. It highlights the intersectionality of race and gender in struggles for women's rights. I'm going to talk about the fifth one, Gloria Steinem, if I got the name right. He's a leading feminist and journalist in the 1960s and 1970s. Stenium co-founded Miss Magazine and was a prominent voice for women's equality during the second waves of feminism. These are a few examples, and there are countless others who have contributed to advancement of women's rights and gender equality in various ways throughout history. The feminist movement is a collective effort with many individuals working together to bring about positive change for women